Matt Hardy. Thank you for watching the Give Me a Whole Year Wrestling Podcast.
What's up, guys? How you doing? We are here to talk today about Jeff Hardy's release from WWE. Might also talk about Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano as well, but mainly here to talk about Jeff Hardy, of course, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, many people's favorite wrestlers of all time, refusing rehab and being released today by World Wrestling Entertainment. Quite a shock for a lot of people. A lot of people are fans, huge fans of Jeff. If it's your way, pray for Jeff. If not, like me, keep him in your thoughts. Absolutely, absolutely. His wife has just posted to Twitter. His wife has just posted to Twitter that he is fine, that she is fine, that the whole family is fine. So from there, you would think there's maybe been some stuff taken out of context, some stuff maybe hyperbole, sort of hyped up a little bit too much. But it does seem like there was an issue from, what we all saw, Jeff Hardy getting out of the ring in the middle of a match. To kind of take photos with fans and just leave. Some people on Twitter, on wrestling Twitter, have said that it's a way for him to get out of his contract and go to AEW with his brother Matt. But I think that's a little bit too, I don't think that. I think that's a wrestling Twitter thing. That's a wrestling Twitter rumor. I genuinely think that. I genuinely think that there's much more serious stuff going on, and I think that obviously we all hope for Jeff to do well. We all hope for Jeff to do well. We hope Bray's doing well, and we hope Johnny's doing well. Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly, who of course also are rumored to be finishing up with their WWE contracts soon. Obviously it's also an arguable point that Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly are they're having children, Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly. So there's still talk that they could both re-sign with the company this week, or sorry, not this week, but probably in the future in the new year. But going back to Jeff. Like I say, it's a huge deal. It's a huge thing. Jeff Hardy, one of the most recognizable stars of the most, of probably all time in WWE, right? So yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. He needs help, not a contract. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. So I like I say, wrestling Twitter has been doing the right, doing the rounds, doing the whole, Clearly, Jeff, is doing this to get out of his contract and go to AEW and whatever. But yeah, I just don't think that's the thing. I don't think that's the case. I think he needs some support to get, maybe WWE can offer that. Even if he doesn't have a contract, maybe Tony Khan and AEW could offer that. Maybe he doesn't need any support. Maybe his family are sort of providing that. And like I say, his wife, Beth Hardy, has commented and said that they are good. Jeff is good. She is good. Everybody's good. So it could be blown a little bit more out of proportion than perhaps we think as fans, as wrestling fans. But yeah, how are you guys doing? What do you guys think? I've known family with addictions issues. There's no quick fix. Absolutely, there's no quick fix. What, you shaved your beard? Yeah, it looks good though. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, just fancied a quick change. It'll grow back soon enough. Hey man, much love. Hope Jeff gets the help he needs. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Hopefully your interview with Anthony was cool and you had a good time. Hopefully he treated you well, better than he treats me on the streams. But yeah, hopefully you're having a nice evening, and he treated you well. But yeah, what do you guys think of the Jeff thing? Obviously, there's also, this week in wrestling is what we call the video. Like I said, we have Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly potentially leaving the company to go on to other stuff. People are talking about Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly weighing up the idea of having, going to AEW. And they could do, but I also like the idea that, like I say, they are both having kids, they're both having time off, they're both having time away from wrestling, and because of that, maybe that's why they're being written off television. And maybe we'll see them on a Raw or SmackDown. That's the thing. The only thing that makes me think they might go to AEW is that I don't think they're going to want to go back to NXT 2.0. NXT 2.0 has a age limit now, right? So so I think because of that, we're going to see Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano. The next time we see Kyle O'Reilly, particularly, I think Johnny Gargano could definitely. Johnny Gargano could definitely re-sign. Kyle O'Reilly, I think, less likely to re-sign with Bobby Fish and Adam Cole in AEW. And then WWE, for one reason, it's a lot to say and it won't fit all in one text. Okay, go for it. So when Sheamus and Jeff were feuding, they had Sheamus mention his drug addiction and his personal demons. They literally threw it like it was okay. I know, but Jeff would have given consent for that. That's the thing. I mean, obviously, this isn't. You're right. It's 100% not all Jeff's fault. Not all. Jeff. Like I say, it won't be 100% anybody's fault. You know what I mean? But Jeff has to take some responsibility for this. Especially if that's the reason people are giving. Because I genuinely think that. He will have given consent to that. He will have said that that was okay. He will have said that was okay to do. Because they're not going to make him do something he's not okayed, right? I'm pretty sure ethically, morally, the WWE wouldn't do something like that. But yeah, it's a good point, man. It's a good point. Ray, cover star of WWE 2K, is teasing something significant. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter, man. I mean, what's that going to be? I don't know. Ray's not leaving. He's not going anywhere, right? Maybe he's the cover star of 2K22 because I know he's featured in some video content for them, maybe one of the stories or something like that. Obviously, Ray's been a big fixture in WWE games for a long time. So yeah, maybe we will see something significant from Ray. Maybe he's going to break away from Dominic, and that's the big reveal is that he's going to get away from Dominic and Dominic Mysterio and go off on his own and have one final run. That's a good question. Talking about legends having one final run, for a title or something. Rey Mysterio is one of those people that could legitimately challenge it. It would still be cool. Jeff Hardy's another one. I would have loved to see Jeff challenge for a world title one more time. Challenge Roman Reigns one more time. Obviously, the house show match that Jeff did. He was teaming with Drew McIntyre and he was facing Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. That they were obviously gearing towards potentially giving Jeff that match against Roman. Ethically, morally, you say with a question in your voice. Let's dive deeper into that. Do you think this is something WWE would do? What? Ethically, thank you, Anthony. Nice to see you. Hopefully, your interview with Tom was good. I've just seen Tom in the chat as well. What was I going to? Ethically, morally, with a question in your voice. Yeah. Going back to the feud, it's the feud, isn't it? It's the feud that you are referring to, the Sheamus feud. They would have had to clear it, man. They would have had to clear it with Jeff. I don't think they would have. Yeah, I don't. From a business perspective, I think they will have. I mean, Sheamus and Jeff will have talked about it. The WWE and Jeff will have talked about it. And so, yeah, I just don't. I as a business, I don't think that that WWE would have done that. I don't think they clear anything. I think they do. I think they do. As an organization as big as WWE, I genuinely think that they have to clear these things with the talent. Maybe they didn't used to, but certainly with kind of the way things are. Yeah, yeah, absolutely they do. You know, the way things have been. I think they are business bullies. Well, you make a good point, dude. But yeah, I can see what you mean. But we don't work in the company, do we? You know, we don't work in the company. I think there are some older people with old ideas running WWE right now, and I think that is, of course, a problem. But I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? You think they're a business of bullies? I can completely get your sentiment. However, you know, Jeff needs to take some accountability as well. Jeff was the one that walked out of this match in the middle of arguably his biggest push since his return, you know, 5 years ago, I think it was. So, you know, arguably, Jeff, you know, arguably Jeff needs to take some responsibility. The wrestlers don't have a voice. This is why they won't let them have a union. Well, I know you're a big, you know, as part of the theatre union, I know you're a big advocate for unions, as you should be. But I think this is sports entertainment. They look at it as we're paying you a ton of money, so you know we don't need to pay you. You know, sorry, we don't need to. You don't need to unionize. We're giving you a ton of money, you know. And I think that's the issue is that WWE thinks that the way that they treat people is okay, and I guess it depends on what your definition of you know okay is when it comes to money. Like you can, you know, if you're making a certain amount of money, you can, you know, potentially get away, or providing a certain amount of money, you can potentially get away, you know, with just paying people off, essentially. And you're right, you can't buy human rights, but I mean, Vince McMahon certainly thinks he can. So I think there should be a union, but we're a long way away from seeing it. We're a long way away from seeing the union. You know, if it's going to happen. Because again, maybe it'll be something that happens after Vince McMahon has left the building, so to speak. I think, yeah, you know, I think Vince McMahon is the kind of last bastion of these older ideas, these older kind of you know ideologies that you know of people that are you know from the 60s, 70s, 80s. I think newer, younger people now. People coming up, people like Tony Khan, arguably, he's of our generation, you know, a little bit more in touch with what people need for their mental health, their physical health, and yeah, so I believe that we are going into a better time. There will be a better time for everything. There'll be a better time for this stuff, for the unions, for the superstars, but it's going to be about, you know, it's going to be maybe 5-10 years, I think, till we see that properly. Jack and Anthony are in the same union. Well, the rehab WWE pay for is usually not the best, and you don't need to look further than Scott Hall for that. I don't know, man. There's a lot of really positive examples of that. John Moxley being one. John Moxley, even after he left, was given access to rehab by WWE. So there are a lot of positive. It depends very much on the person and how they use the rehab, I think. Let's have a look. But I can see him getting rehired. Not well, like I say, futuristic. Good point. But you know, maybe. But obviously, Jeff, if the circumstances are true, he He refused the rehab. He refused the opportunity for rehab, the opportunity for help. So I think there's going to be an issue potentially with him going back, unless it's for a Hall of Fame type thing now, I would say. But yeah, it's an argument point, a good enough point that you make. They could re-sign him, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I definitely think that's a problem. I mean, there's no statement from WWE right now. It was Sean Rossap and Fightful, of course, who heard something from WWE, who heard that was the case. So I mean, there's no official confirmation, as I know at least, of that I know that Jeff's been released, as in from a WWE state point of view. So yeah, we'll see. So are we considering this an end to rehab or your fired situation? And is that okay? I don't think that's the case. Jeff refused it. So what do you do? What do you do? I'm not necessarily saying I'm on WWE's I'm on WWE's side, but what do you do if you said to me, Dom, I'm going to take a load of drugs and go on the podcast? I'd be like, no, that's not cool. You need to not do the podcast. And if you went, I'm still going to do the podcast, I'd be like, well, I'm not doing the podcast with you. You know what I mean? It's one of those things from a business perspective. You kind of gotta think about stuff like that. I mean, to completely, I love Jeff Hardy. That was I'm one of my, Mick Foley, Jeff Hardy, top 2, top 3 guys certainly. I can't think of anybody else I'd put up there. Mick Foley was always my number 1. Jeff Hardy was probably 2. Bray Wyatt 3. In terms of the last 20 years, actually, character-wise. And I think so. Yeah, like I love Jeff, but from a personal perspective, man, personal standpoint, you have to look at it from a business perspective. If he refused help, then what else are you going to do? You're going to just let him carry on if he has been doing it. We're not saying that that's definitely it, but if he has been abusing substances, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What's the opportunity? What's the thought? Interesting analogy. So if that was the case, would you ban me? No, but I wouldn't have you on a podcast. I wouldn't have you talking to people. I would say to you, it's not a good idea for you to get on camera. And then if you did that, regardless of what I said, then I would, I'd still speak to you off camera and still support you, but I wouldn't make a public big deal out of it. And that's what I mean. It's like, and I think this has been potentially blown out of proportion. I think that Jeff Hardy's obviously got, we don't know the circumstances. You've got his wife, Beth Hardy, saying that, I think Beth Hardy's saying that we're fine. Everything's fine. Like I say, I think some of this has been taken out of context. We have no official statement from WWE yet. I mean, we may get that tomorrow. We may get that soon. We may not get that at all. But we do have Sean Rossap, who's of course a very reputable wrestling journalist. We have that, and that's enough for a lot of people. For 99.9% of people, that's enough. And like I said, it's enough for me to be doing this video, for us to be doing this video. Yeah. But yeah, I think there's some of this stuff is blown out of proportion. So in that situation, with what you have said, WWE would keep him employed, take him off TV, and support him. Yeah, absolutely. But you would have to say, no, I'm not getting help. You see what I mean? For me to. Well, obviously it's different. It's a different situation. I don't employ you, do I? If the better analogy would be if I employed somebody, I would say, yeah, I'm going to help you, take you off TV. We're not going to put you on TV. But if somebody said, no, F off, which, the language probably wasn't that strong, but, if somebody said that, then if Jeff said, sorry, Vince, sorry, Tony, sorry, not Tony, Nick Khan, sorry, guys, I'm done. And that, I think, is where the sort of wrestling Twitter has come in and said, oh, he's trying to get out of his contract. He's trying to get out of his contract. Trying to have extreme ways to get out, because he could literally walk into AEW tomorrow. But I think that's extreme. That's wrestling Twitter, and we know what wrestling Twitter is about. WWE are footing the bill for Mox for him. That's what I was saying. WWE are footing the bill, and I think it's how you use it. Scott Hall, bless his cotton socks, are not known to be the most, as far as I'm aware, the most self-disciplined individual. So I think it's Scott Hall. Again, Scott Hall needs to take accountability for Scott Hall. And you're right. He's done very well for himself recently, I believe. But it's the same thing. Jeff Hardy needs to take responsibility for Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy got out of the ring. Jeff Hardy went through the crowd. Jeff Hardy took photos with fans when he was supposed to be in the middle of a match. And his tag team partner Drew was looking for him. Roman was looking for him. All of it. So that's fine, but Jeff's got to take responsibility for himself there. It's really interesting. It's not a simple situation. Absolutely, it's not a simple situation, and more will come out over the coming days. But what is telling to me is that we haven't seen the whole future endeavors thing from WWE, A, and B, we've got source, the closest arguable source to Jeff Hardy, his wife, saying we're actually all right, and I think there's something in that to bear in mind. Futuristic agrees with me. Well, that's cool, man. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your energy. Let's do you guys want to come on? Obviously we'll keep it going for as long as we can do. Obviously we've had a sort of viewpoint. I'll put on StreamYard and see if anybody wants to come and have a little chat. We'll do another sort of 10, 15, 20 minutes on this. Obviously we've also talked a little bit about Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano. My opinion, after kind of figuring this out, after thinking about it, is that Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano are probably just taking a break to have kids, and then maybe coming back to WWE. However, are they going to want to go back to NXT 2.0, and are they going to want to are they going to want to go to the main roster? Probably not. So, I believe there are a couple of people saying that both Gargano and AEW and Kyle O'Reilly are looking at ways to, looking at options potentially in AEW, looking at options to explore, in AEW, which is cool. Like I say, we'd love to see Red Dragon back. Back together. That's Bobby Fish. I always do this. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly together, which would be awesome. Obviously Adam Cole is also in AEW. Johnny Gargano in AEW is a mouth-watering opportunity. And like I say, Johnny, so Futuristic says, yeah, Johnny may want to go back because he loves NXT. Yes, he might want to go back because he loves NXT. You're right. Good point. He's probably more likely of the two, like I said earlier, more likely of the two to go back to go back, because Kyle O'Reilly has more ties in AEW, more Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and so whereas Johnny Gargano has been on the main roster. Johnny Gargano has, knows what it's like to do a Raw, knows what it's like to do a SmackDown, because he had those brief matches with Ciampa on the main roster. So I'd be interested to see what they do. Obviously, dream matches. There's so many dream matches for Kyle, so many dream matches for Gargano. I mean, do you want? I don't know whether it's appropriate to talk about dream matches for Jeff Hardy if he goes in, but like I said, Jack earlier said that he doesn't need a contract, he needs help. If indeed that is the case, if indeed this is all to be believed, and things like that. So yeah, I think that we're gonna see this will come out. This will all develop over the coming days. We do hope that Jeff is very well, and Jeff feels supported from his family. But yeah, I was hoping to see DIY back together next year, but didn't expect that he was planning to take a time off to be a father. It caught me off guard. Late, kind of wish I knows it. Yeah, well, it's people's lives, man. People's lives, isn't it? You can't. Just people's other people's lives. They can't tell us everything. They've got the right to privacy, etc. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen DIY back together, man. Really would, because I even had a t-shirt back in the day. I loved that tag team, and there was some lovely teases in that NXT 2.0 War Games match as well. So again, maybe we will see Gargano back. But I think maybe on the main roster, if he's going anywhere now, I think he's probably going to go to the main roster, and that's yeah, I don't know, man. Weird, isn't it? The idea of sort of seeing Johnny Gargano, but the idea of Johnny Gargano locking it up with Rey Mysterio, locking it up with, Sami Zayn is mouthwatering in itself. I'd rather see Johnny Gargano on the main roster than I would Kyle O'Reilly. So yeah. Nice. Yeah. Jeff Hardy versus Brian Pillman Jr. Yeah, I think that's one. Of course, Jeff Hardy's probably going to go in there like Matt and mentor young stars. But again, we are getting ahead of ourselves. If he does end up in AEW, he could end up in AEW as soon as next week, realistically, right? So who knows, man? Who knows? It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan. However, and I'm talking about winter is coming. I'm not talking about the Jeff Hardy situation. I'm not talking about, because that's obviously very serious, but winter is coming. You've got Ring of Honor Final Battle this weekend, which is their final pay-per-view for a while, which I'm going to be watching on Sunday. So let's see what happens. But we do know that the overarching message of today is to wish the best for Jeff Hardy, to support Jeff Hardy, to and our time and energy is with Jeff. Yeah, absolutely. What happened with the facial fluid? Oh yeah, I got rid of it, man. Just felt like a change. It'll grow back. Johnny going to the main roster is a risk for him. I mean, Cross and Keith was a risk of being fired. Ciampa said he doesn't want to go to the main roster. Yeah, I don't think Ciampa will. I think, well, he might if he's offered, if it's like go to the main roster or leave. Yeah, go to the main roster or leave. Maybe that's maybe that's the thing. Maybe like he's just like, I'll stay here for as long as I possibly can. I'm talking about Ciampa. I'll stay here for as long as I possibly can, and then figure out what to do next. Is he going to go to? Is he going to leave? Is he going to go to Raw? Which does he get the pick? Does he get a pick if he stays? Because I guess the contract negotiations for Adam Cole broke down because they wanted to bring him up and have him manage somebody, right? And I believe the same could be happening with Kyle O'Reilly. We'll bring you up like it's this beautiful thing, this golden egg. And I don't think it is. I don't think the main roster is the golden egg that it perhaps once was. And I think maybe if that's WWE's like trump card, we'll bring out the main roster offer. We'll make him a main eventer on Raw. It's just not that exciting, is it, for people? So yeah, I think if they go to Kyle O'Reilly and say, come to the main roster, if they go to Johnny Gargano, even Johnny Gargano and say, go to the main roster, there's a chance that they'll just say no and they'll go somewhere else. But again, this is saturating the market, and WWE, I think, have done that intentionally. I think Vince McMahon has done that intentionally. WWE have done that intentionally. The market is saturated. There is not enough spaces there's not enough spaces for these athletes. Jack needs a shave. Danhausen has a broken leg. Yes, not. I think he's recovering now. He's recovering. I had him do a cameo for Emma the other day because she's obviously not been feeling well. But yes, Jack also has a broken ankle. Yeah, well, I'll love to Jack. I'll love to Jack. We are sending love the way of Jeff Hardy. We are sending love the way of our moderator, our beautiful moderator, Jack McMorrow. We appreciate you and your time as ever, dude. Thank you for jumping on this as well for me. Last minute Jeff Hardy video. Yeah, broken ankles. Oh, no. I've had my ankle intentionally broken for an operation. But yeah, not fun if you do it accidentally. But yeah, so I think those are our kind of moments of the week. I think Jeff Hardy, obviously, a lot of wrestling Twitter saying that he's going to go to AEW, kind of he's trying to get out of his contract. I think he's a bit much. I think he's going to take some time off for himself, his family. Beth Hardy says that he's fine. So take that for what you will. Matt Hardy says he's okay as well. So we haven't seen an official statement from WWE yet. So let's sort of wait for that. What do I think is going to happen? I think he's going to go to AEW and be with his brother. Not necessarily, maybe a year out, a couple of months out, even. I mean, if he's fired, he doesn't have the 90-day no compete, right? So yeah, we'll see. What else is going on? Yeah, so and Kyle O'Reilly, I think Kyle O'Reilly's going to AEW. I think that Johnny Gargano is much more of a confusing situation. He could go, he's just taking time off to be a dad and then going back to the main roster. Obviously, Candice LeRae, his wife, is still contracted to WWE as well. Who will team with Roman now? Jeff is gone. Sorry, Drew. Now Jeff is gone. Oh man, they've got people, Bron Breakker, they'll bring Bron Breakker up. There was somebody else they were trying to bring it up too. One of the bigger lads. Really, really kind of patriotic name from NXT. Let me try and find out now while I'm thinking about it. Like really big, agile dude. Not Cassius, not like a Cassius. The NXT roster will go on Pro Wrestling Wiki. So we have. Oh, is Danny Birch still employed? Sorry, I'm just looking at the roster now. There you go. Odyssey Jones. There we are. Odyssey Jones. Yeah. So they're on about bringing Odyssey Jones up. So yeah, Wade Barrett to team. That could be good. Yeah, that could be good. Maybe they'll sort of press the emergency button, and before they bring in Vince Russo, because some people are saying that they'll do that. They'll push the panic button and bring Vince Russo in. Maybe they'll bring in. What's his face? I literally can't remember where we were at. Wade Barrett. There we are. Wade Barrett. They'll bring in Wade Barrett to team with Drew. That'd be cool. I mean, that'd be popular. Obviously, Wade Barrett's a popular guy. Probably not as popular as Jeff. I'm now the second. Give me a whole voice with pins in his ankle. Indeed, you are. Think he'd be on a no compete? No, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. If you're fired or I don't think you are. No. I think if you're released, you're under a no compete. Here's one. Which promotion has the strongest talent pool? AEW, of course. Stop sending people to AEW. Dude, where else are they going to go? Like, where else are they going to go if they want work? MLW, you're going to have to take a pay cut. TNA, Impact, pay cut. So if Tony Khan's offering you a contract, man, you're going to take it, right? You're going to take that contract. Yeah. Wade team then feud after Mania. Miro. Wade team then feud after Mania. Yes, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Great booking, Jack. Yeah, bring Wade Barrett back. It's a way to fill the gap, a popular returning star. And he's talked about doing a couple more matches. I think Drew is a perfect example of someone that could really bring out the best in a returning Wade Barrett. Is AEW the strongest talent pool? Think we need to make a video? I think it is, yes. And I think you think it is too. You're a huge AEW fanboy. How was your interview with Tom? And I don't know if Tom's still here, but how was your interview with Tom, man? How are you feeling? He's very good, isn't he? He's very calming. Is Tom talks rubbish. Yeah, I figured that was the case. I think it is, but in a good way. What's that? Oh, you think AEW is the best talent pool? Yeah, I think you're right. I really do. Yeah, Anthony had a lovely time. Well, that's good. I can't wait to see that in the new year. That'll be nice. That'll be nice, won't it? Yeah. So we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Like I say, Jeff Hardy. Fingers crossed he's okay. Fingers crossed he's all right and well. The best he can be in this time. Gargano and O'Reilly. I think Gargano could potentially go back to the main roster in WWE maybe in 6 months to a year. Probably 6 months. Yeah, that's right. It like maternity leaves, like 6 months. Kyle O'Reilly, AEW. Jeff. Makes sense, man. He's been teasing he wanted to feud with Bray. He wanted to face Roman. Technically, he did get to face Roman. Technically. And reunite with his brother. So, he could potentially do all of those things, the next few months. But like I say, if he does need help, then I hope he gets help and gets the support he needs. Absolutely. I just rewatched the Jeff Hardy Stone Cold podcast thing on the network. Very telling information there as well about Jeff's attitude to his past and things. Interesting, but not for me to speculate on. Lana and Kip for next week's episode of Dynamite. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they bring a lot of surprises out for Winter is Coming. I'm definitely going to make time to be there for Winter is Coming. Hook debuting on Rampage this Friday. Any thoughts on that? Well, I looked at the spoilers. I always look at the spoilers on for Friday because obviously I'm not waiting up till 3 a.m. to watch it. And apparently it was a good showing from young Hook. So yeah, I think he's good. I think he's a great talent. I think he'll do amazing things. He's certainly a WWE type. Looks wise, moves wise, as far as I'm aware. So I'm very excited to see what happens with Hook. Hook Taz Hook, Mr. Hook Taz. What's his second name? What's Taz's second name? I should probably Google that. What's Taz's second name? These are the things that you want to know at sort of 11:23 at night. Taz's name is Peter Senersha. Okay, so Hook Senersha. I'm pretty sure that's not his name. Let's have a look. Tyler Senersha. Okay, so yeah. Oh no, is that him? No. Hang on. No, it must be. Tyler Senersha it will be Hook. There you go. Who's Taz's wife? You're like I'm now down a rabbit hole of Taz's wife. I don't know why. Down a rabbit hole. That's probably not the right term, is it? Tyler Senersha is have a look. Born in 1999, 22 years old. Wow, there you go. Now we know, don't we? Hey? Taz's second name is Maniac. Oh yeah, Tasmaniac indeed. It's interesting. I think we're going to do a tiger list of WB and AEW taking the top of the card and debate it. We may need the Hull of Maniacs helping us. Indeed, maybe that's a video we can do in the future, guys. Captain Hook, yes, indeed. Yeah. The endless of the internet is what I call it because there's so many questions that I've never thought to ask. Yeah, there you go. I went down a little rabbit hole there. But yeah, there you go, guys. I think that's cool. I think we've had a nice little debate. Got to about half an hour. If anybody's got any questions or wants to come on, there is a link in the description. I'll hang around for another 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah. We wish the best of Jeff Hardy. We hope the best for Jeff Hardy wherever he lands up. I posted a video earlier on the new Give Me a Hull Yeah TikTok, which you should follow because I'll post that now. We're using the one I set up instead of the one Anthony set up because I've already got more likes on mine. Let me find it for you. Yeah, I posted a video on TikTok earlier. That's my new thing now. That's what I do. So go and check that out. Oh no, I didn't actually post it on TikTok, did I? I posted it on Instagram. That's right. I posted it on Instagram, so you can follow us on TikTok because we've only got 2 followers since yesterday. So go and give us a follow. But yeah, no, I posted it on Instagram earlier, just saying best of luck to Jeff Hardy, and I hope Jeff's doing all right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we sold out Dan. We sold out Dan Reed from Eve. Right, Girls of Wrestling, the legend, the man, the myth, coming in just as I'm ducking out to talk Jeff Hardy. Yeah, look at you being. I know, right? I just thought I'd try it. I was like, oh, let's see what this happens. He's had like 400 views or something. It's not a big deal, but whatever, man. Since I did it in like 2 minutes. It took me 2 minutes to do, less than that. So yeah, futuristic has seen it. Hey, Dan, you want to come on and talk about Jeff Hardy with me before I bounce? Like I say, we're just talking about Jeff Hardy and the sort of the internet wrestling Twitter saying that he's doing all this to get out of his contract, which is just, wrestling Twitter being its most toxic. He obviously does need some help and support, but then his family is saying, the people closest to him, the people that really know him, are saying, that he's fine, he's okay right now. So it's one of those things, isn't it? One of those things. And we're also talking about Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano both having kids. A lot of people saying that they're going to AEW, leaving. They could just be having kids. Man. I think Johnny Gargano is potentially gonna take some months off and have some time away, and then maybe go back to the main roster. I genuinely do think Kyle O'Reilly is off to AEW. But yeah, those are the kind of big things. Hook debuting on Dynamite. Apparently had a very good showing. So yeah, those are the bits of the news that I sort of want to cover this week. Obviously, we prompted by the Jeff Hardy release, one of the biggest, sort of, I guess, bits of news in wrestling of the year, I would say, coming to the end of it. I would, but my daughter is still on my webcam and mic for her Twitch streams. Absolutely. Anthony said a comment earlier about Twitch being good for mental health. I'm not sure whether that was sarcasm, because Twitch hasn't always been good for people. People have often complained that Twitch isn't the best sort of platform for mental health, but they seem to have done more work on that in recent times after there's been I think there was some raids. We've obviously never had a raid on Give Me a Holy Yeah because nobody watches us, but apparently some of the raids were quite difficult for a lot of streamers, and it could be quite a toxic place. I don't know what that comment was, Anthony. Let me see if it was further up. Something about being good for mental health. Where was it? Well, I'm still here while we're still working on this. I don't know, Anthony, if you can you find that for me? Can you remind me what you said about Twitch being good for mental health? Hopefully your daughter has a good Twitch stream, Dan, and hopefully it's good. Well, I wish the best for the streams. Absolutely, we do. Yeah, we were raided. We got one guy came on when that guy with the mask was on, which I don't give a monkey's about that dude. And yeah, I don't think we've ever had a problem on Twitch. Twitch has been weird. Been a weird pit hole because there's this person licking her mics. Oh, that's ASMR, isn't it? I think they call that ASMR, like people that go, people that make weird sounds. That's ASMR. Some people love that stuff, right? Oh, right, I see. Right, yeah. It was more about WWE not letting their talent explore their personal creativity. Yeah, and obviously AEW are doing that. Impact obviously allow people to do that unless it's RVD. Amaranth, I've read about her, millionaire. Yeah, absolutely, man. ASMR is a whole thing, dude. It's a whole popular thing. ASMR. It's like we should really do that. Like eat crisps or something. Maybe if we ate crisps on stream, like Pringles. Oh no, I already do that. It doesn't work. I already eat Pringles on the stream, don't I? What can we do? We need something different. We need something to differentiate ourselves from other wrestling podcasts. Maybe if we had some ASMR or something. Maybe if I just what would happen if I licked the mic? I bet it tastes gross. I try it. I don't really know if I want to. Nope, that's weird. I don't like that. It's weird. How do you make that sound good? Does it sound like a dog? Like how? I don't. It makes my tongue feel weird. I don't. How does somebody make £1 million or dollars off that? It's got to taste so like it doesn't taste like anything. It tastes odd. Well, I mean, it's only me and you, Dan, and Jack. You know, and Anthony. I'm among friends, right? I thought I'd try it and see what the big fuss was about, but I haven't. You know, I'm not seeing an increase in numbers because I licked the microphone. I mean, I wouldn't do it consistently. I wouldn't do it consistently. Like, how would you? Why would you consistently like proper lick a mic? Yeah, this stream is recorded. Yeah, dude, no one gives a man. Come on, go back to this tomorrow. We'll have about flipping 30 people maximum. And I appreciate you guys. I just want to say, you know, as you know, I appreciate you showing up, Dan. You definitely got better things to be doing, and all of you have better things to be doing. So, you know, yeah, fine. But like, there's nobody's gonna give a monkeys that I licked the microphone. Jesus, oh yeah, Jesus knows what I've done. Jesus knows what I've done. I absolutely, I will ban you. You can't ban me. You can't ban me. You can't ban me. No, I'm only joking. I have the control. I'm maniacal. I'm not maniacal. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, man. It's actually early. I've specifically done this because it's early and I have to be up in the morning. So I was like, oh, let's just do 11 o'clock. Poor Jesus. I know exactly. This is my other thing. This is a wider conversation for a completely different time between me and you, Dan. Jesus, you know, I apologize for everyone because I respect everybody's religion, but like as if Jesus is going to be paying attention to a white dude in his 30s on a stream who licked a microphone for half a second. Nobody cares. Nobody gives up. You saw it, and you can cherish that. You can cherish that you saw it, Dan. Anthony, you can cherish this. Futuristic can cherish it. The 4 of you that were with me when I did it, 5 of you, you can cherish this. You're the only people that are ever going to watch it and ever going to remind me of this because nobody cares. But we're taking away from the situation. We're taking away from the Jeff Hardy thing, and I'm not laughing at that. This looks like I'm like, oh no. I'm laughing at the microphone thing, but it looks like I'm not laughing at the Jeff Hardy thing, and I don't know how to control my laughter now. You know, like when you awkward laugh, because like you know you're not supposed to be laughing. This is a serious stream. I will cherish you licking the electrical socket Kogo. Shut up, dude. It could be Jesus King. Yes, it could be. I mean, that maybe why it's that ASMR person. Maybe that's why they're a millionaire. Because, you know, like Jesus said it, Jesus willed it. Maybe this is probably not going to go down. If any Christians watch this stream, they're probably going to hate me. Maybe Jesus willed that. They were like Jesus channeled that message into that person, Amorath or whatever their name is. I don't know their gender. You know, to lick microphones and make money and success. And maybe if Jesus is listening and paying attention, maybe, you know, Jesus can like drop us some subscribers or something. Like this is one I had this conversation with somebody the other day, right? And like you know, one of those old school sort of don't take the Lord's name in vain thing. Jesus Christ, you know, you say Jesus Christ, and so don't take the Lord's name in vain. And it's the same argument. I'm like, right, hang on, wait a second, whoa. So you're telling me that very fortunate, very privileged, very lucky. You know, I'm lucky to be able to sit here with you guys and stream and talk about wrestling and stuff. You know, like as if Jesus, you know, this, you know, he's got bigger problems than our stuff. Are you begging Jesus for subs? Yes. Jesus donates all the bits to it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna find out. Maybe ASMR is my thing. Like maybe I don't even know. Like I've heard some people do it. I was interviewing somebody who talked to me about it. And that was the first time I found out about it, maybe 2 years ago, and I had never and I maybe looked it up. Maybe looked it up, but I haven't like properly invested in it. I haven't properly invested. Maybe there's like a deep dive I can do on ASMR. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight before I go to bed. Who knows? God once fought in WB. Didn't he fight against Vince McMahon? Wasn't that an angle? And Vince McMahon said he was bigger than God or something. Yeah, probably. Jesus donates all the bits to it. Yeah, I'm begging Jesus for subs right now. I'm not laughing at the Jeff Hardy thing. You've not been with me for the last 50 minutes. This is supposed to be half an hour. This is supposed to be half an hour of content, and we've gone over because you guys are all talking about Jesus. Don't kid anyone. I know the dark stuff you're into can't fool me. That you haven't explored. I haven't explored ASMR. I've explored lots of other dark stuff that everybody I think here knows about. I've probably talked about it enough. No one wants to hear you do ASMR. No, I know that. As Brody's close instrument music. Really? Oh, was that an actual thing? I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be a feud. I heard something about a feud between Vince and God a while ago. So you were having a normal stream. I tune in and say hey in the chat, and you're licking the microphone and talking Jesus, loving it up with ASMR King. Yeah, it's what you do, man. It's what you do to me. I get excited because you show up, and I have no earthly idea why a man with your responsibilities and things wants to hang out with me on a stream. But I love it, man. I love it. Honestly, I'm so grateful. How have I broke you so quickly? I'm sure you've broken a lot of people in your time, Dan, and that sounds weird. I don't mean that in a sexual way. I mean like in a wrestling way, like wrestlers you've broken. Maybe you've given them. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. You've broken some people, but like broken some people's spirit. I don't know. You seem like a really nice person. I reckon you'd be really nice as a promoter. You'd be like the teacher, wouldn't you? Like the guy that's like, well, so what could you have done better here? How do you feel that went? You'd be real nice about. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't break anybody's spirits. Like I reckon you'd be quite. I just reckon you'd be really nice as a promoter. Well, obviously you are because you're very successful at it. Anyway, Colin, I know. I need to go. I need to go home. I need to go away. I'm tired. I've got to be up in the morning. Yeah, you constantly discuss your bowel movements on the stream. Everyone knows what you're into. Well, I'll tell you what I am into. Good grammar, spell correctly. Is Dom asking Dan out? Well, I'm pretty sure Dan's very, very much, very, very, very happy. I don't think he needs me and my microphone licking to get off or to enjoy his life. I mean, I can be a part of his life on this stream. For example, he can come and visit me and say hi, and then leave when he realizes he's not having a good time at all. You need to go home. Am I home? Is this home? Is any of this real? Is Jesus real? Is ASMR a kink? Who knows? These are all questions that we need to ask ourselves in the dead of night. I was going to sing then. Isn't there a song? Something about the dead of night? I don't know. Whatever. You're in trouble. You apostrophe RE. Yes, I know. Well, Emily, hi Emily. If you do walk in on me, I'm sorry that you missed. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry that you missed the microphone licking. I don't know if anybody could hear that, but the licking. I don't know what. Like I said, I don't think it made a sound, so I'm pretty sure people will have missed it. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go serious. Like it was, we started really seriously. All the best to Jeff Hardy. All the best to Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano. I'm really sorry for licking the microphone. It's been a pleasure. Take care of yourselves and each other. And yeah, and I'll see you for Sunday. Ring of Honor, final battle. Good time to be a wrestling fan. Like I say, good luck to Jeff, good luck to Kyle, good luck to Johnny. And good luck to you guys for the rest of the week. I'll see you on Sunday, and then I believe me and Anthony might be doing a final battle next week, maybe if he can a little socket link. I'm not licking the socket. I'm not licking the socket. Yeah. Anyway, right, I'm off to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys later. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shall I do it one more time? Like, I'm not gonna do it again. I'll see you later. Hull of a sign off. Indeed. Hull, yeah.
This is Broken Matt Hardy. Thank you for watching the Gimme a Whole Year Wrestling Podcast.